and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of DrunkPodcast23. Today we have Mr. Daniel Luke from UK. So more than 17 years experience in our industry. One of the main legends in U.A.E. Welcome back to the show, bro.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for coming. When you're busy schedule, thank you so much for making your time free for me.
My pleasure.
Thank you. So all my guests want to know about you. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
So my name's Daniel. Originally, I'm from the United Kingdom, North London.
Englishman.
I'm an Englishman. Yeah. I grew up in kind of between the UK and Rome. I've always been involved in the entertainment industry. I kind of lean towards the bar industry more recently. For me, it's an area. Usually, a lot of people, they go to a bar to enjoy themselves or to have a good time or to connect with other people. And it's something very important for me.
Exactly. So who or what you introduced to the industry? Like when you are young, when you just enter the bar industry or our industry?
So when I was younger, I had a copy of the Savoy cocktail book. It was written by a guy called Harry Craddock.
Okay.
And I was amazed with the things that you can do with alcohol and flavors. You know, I mean, when you think of cocktails, you think of people outside of our industry. They think of orange juice and vodka or things like this. But this book, it introduced me to the different aspects of creation inside a cocktail. You know, there was different methods of filtration, methods of clarification, spherification. Like, for instance, if you add a flavor to a spirit, it's different than if you soak the flavor into a juice. Even if you combine them both together, you know, the flavor's different, the flavor profile and things like this. It kind of amazed me. It captured my imagination when I was very young.
So that's inspired you a lot to start our industry, right?
Yes.
All right, cool. So now you are, as we had conversation earlier, now you are more of a consultant of the industry.
So right now I'm working in consultation for sustainable growth.
Okay.
I think it's something very important inside the U.A.E. For places to open and stay open under the same management. So it's kind of where I'm focusing my attention now, is to try and help people develop their locations into a place that becomes a trademark or a kind of linchpin in the system, as opposed to somewhere that people just end up going. You know, like in London, especially in Rome, you have these bars. Everybody knows these bars. They've been there 15 years, 20 years. And I think that's missing in the U.A.E. It's something that could be developed in the U.A.E. is to have these venues that are well known outside of the circle of tourists, you know, for local people and for tourists, local people.
So that's what you're doing right now. Like you make the brand name, you start the venue, and you keep helping them to grow in the industry.
Yeah, I mean, I like to come in the pre-opening stage because I think it's very important that the processes are in place.
Mm-hmm.
I like people to understand that in order to have a successful long-term venue, that there needs to be process. There has to be rules, boundaries, standard operating procedures. Your staff need to be comfortable with the location, things like this. The U.A.E. is a very quick-paced environment. And I think because a lot of people come here and leave, it's the kind of attitude of the people that come here and work as well. They don't think in terms of longevity.
Mm-hmm.
So I try to get in the pre-opening stage and instill this framework into the venue.
Okay.
And then I stay and monitor to make sure that the processes are working.
If they're going on,
Yeah. I mean, everybody's in the business to make money.
Exactly.
It's a key aspect of having a location, especially in Dubai, the #1 tourist destination in the world.
It's all about the numbers, right? In the end of the day, like
yes,
what you focus.
But long-term numbers. This is what I'm trying to focus on in the U.A.E. is trying to assist people to make money in the long term.
Exactly. So what's the problem right now in the industry? Like when the owner starts a venue, they open a venue, then like within 2-3 months they are expecting numbers, right? That's a problem I think in the industry right now. I'm experiencing so many bars and then the outlets, like they open the pre-opening hotel and they open, and like 2-3 months they need numbers, but it's not what it is, right? It's not the
It's like if you could put an ideal situation into your head, of course that is what you'd want to do, right? Is to invest. I mean, and these guys they're spending a lot of money to open a
exactly
place in Dubai.
millions
Millions of
of
dollars, like sometimes
yeah,
2, 3, 4 million dollars are being spent. So they want to recoup a lot of that money. And I want to try to put the point across that you do that long term. And by trying to do it short term, you're pushing the staff, which gives you a high staff turnover, which then has a knock on effect to the clientele. Clients like regular staff, clients like regular waiters, they like regular management.
scientific.
It has a knock on effect that in the end, the venue will close after 1 year because it hasn't hit the numbers they wanted to make, or he hasn't recouped as much as they believe they should have recouped. When really the business plan should be for a new venue in Dubai, it should be milestones of 9 months, 18 months, 24 months, things like this, you know?
Exactly, I get your point. So personally, me, if I go into a bar, so I would like to have my drinks from like my friendly waiter all the time, right?
Yes,
That's what the whole point.
yes,
I go today, I've been served by a lady, and next day I'm going another new lady. I'm serving by another new lady. So I feel like where the stuff gone?
yeah.
As a guest, against the point of view. So that's a real good point that you talk about, like uh, owners and the management giving too much pressures on the staff, and that they can't hold it anymore. Like
Yes.
make money, upsell, blah blah blah. So it's not how it works, right?
No, these people are assuming that people are coming out to drink, which is 50% of why people go out. They go out to drink, but they're also coming out to socialize, be heard, be understood, and be validated as a human being. And in order for those things to happen, they need to have regular contact with the same people.
Exactly.
It's more of a psychological thing than it is a financial thing,
Exactly.
because you can, in the short term, in that you can pump media, you can push PR, you can do things like this that will generate a high footfall, which will in turn generate high revenue. But it's not long term thinking.
Exactly.
You should be doing things like that at a pace with milestone to kind of initiate this process of return guests, return clients.
The regular guest, regular client, exactly.
Yeah.
So now the thing is, in UAE, the competition is very high. So you have too much every day. Somewhere in UAE, their outlet is opening, a bar is opening. The competition is too much. So like we need to make this reputation and this regular client base that's more important when it's come to run the business, right? So this is what the people don't understand mostly. Because of the competition, they will do anything about it, but they don't think the end game, the bigger picture.
It's an issue. It's actually a very big issue. Is that people, like you said a minute ago, people are pumping money into places and then they're not making the numbers that they want to, but they haven't set milestones. They haven't put processes in place. They haven't put a framework in place for the venue, but they're not hitting. There's this assumption that I have a bar in Dubai, I should be making money. Like, and in that assumption, they're bypassing the key aspects of longevity.
Exactly.
So it ends up costing them money. And when after 3 months they aren't making the money they want, they get rid of the staff and hire staff for less money, which then has the knock on effect that I was talking about a minute ago of people want to come back to return clientele. They want to notice the same bartender. They want to sit at the same table. They want to eat the same food. Everybody in Dubai right now is changing everything all the time because they're trying to grab people into their venues, and it works for a very very small amount of venues. This works,
Yeah. So
but in the long term, it doesn't work. Especially financially as an investment, it doesn't work.
so so like you said, I These there's some experience of what you say about the salaries. Like now they okay, you will start a venue and then you hire some people and this is not gonna work and you hire another staff for less money, less amount of money. As I'm Asian, and as Asian, what I'm experiencing these days, like there are so many people are coming as a tourist visa. They're looking for jobs, and now day by day, maybe your should be salaries should be increased, right? So, example, as a bartender, it's like 2,500 dirhams for one menu, and some other venues are offering 1,800 because of this competition. Now bartenders how to go to this 1,800 because they need the visa, they need the job.
Yes.
That's really disaster thing right now happening in UAE. But
I mean,
really,
it's a cost that, again, long term, it's a cost that doesn't add up. Pay a bartender 5,000, 7,000, make them stay. Like I was talking to the bartender here. This is a very nice venue, actually. By the way, I was talking to the bartender here. I was saying, like, as a bar manager, right? Let's say the hierarchy. You have your bar back, then you have your bartender, then your bar manager, then you have your GM. Right now, that is a hierarchy where the bartender should be igniting a flame inside the bar back, and it's the bartender's responsibility to keep that flame lit. It is then the bar manager's responsibility to ignite that same flame in the bartender and keep that lit, which you can do with passion, with salary, with compliments, with making sure their salary is paid on time, tips, service charge, never missing these aspects of the business. And then the GM, who then has to ignite the fire inside the bar manager. It's a chain that if there's one thing wrong in that chain, everybody suffers. It's a very fine, detailed operation to run a successful venue anywhere in the world. But when you understand that this chain of command should be a line of responsibility, not a chain of being able to boss people around and tell them what to do.
exactly.
It's your job to bring out the passion in people. That is your job as a manager, is to bring the best out of people. And to do that, you protect them from things, you pay them correctly, you validate them as a human being. Basically, you it goes a lot deeper than just physical things,
Exactly.
and people overlook it quite a lot. And the industry, this is an industry I love. I've dedicated a lot of my life to this industry. I love it. I'm very passionate about it, and I want to see people doing things that are profitable and also sustainable.
That's a really good point. It's sustainable. So as we talk about the people, like recently you started a group called Men Men Circle in UAE.
Yes.
That's I really want to talk about it. Like you start this Men Circle to talk. No, nowadays, especially in 2023, 2024, no one talk about men's mental health.
Yeah.
There's a really good point we need to talk about because average men thinks talking about their mental problem is make you weak.
I don't think that's. I believe what you're saying.
Mhm.
I understand that, but I don't believe that it makes a man weak for talking
No,
about
exactly.
his mental problems or your processes in your mind. You know, if you think about the way this world works, right? A man, he protects a woman. A woman, she protects the family, including the man. And between the man and a woman, there's an energetic relationship that they both build each other. But a man needs to be able to meet with other men and discuss things that he wouldn't discuss with his wife
His wife,
or with his
exactly,
partner. And
exactly.
this is something
We're missing
you were
in
missing.
UAE, especially like
Yes.
everyone in the race. No one have a time to talk to a friend. No one have a time to talk to your buddy because you come, you work, and you go home and you sleep, and it's more of like a race, right?
Yeah.
It-
It's a race where everybody's being pushed and nobody's taking care of themselves, and also nobody is taking care of other people. That's what I'm trying to do with this group, is to inspire men to take care of each other.
exactly. That's really we what we need right now in UAE. Like men, we don't have like the men's circle. We really need this men's circle to be active.
Yeah.
Like recently we had a meet up with the men's like it's not too much people come there, but because they don't know what's happening right now.
Yeah.
Like they don't know what's happening in this men's group. I think we need to tell men like this is what happened. We are here. We are here for you guys. Let's talk each other. Right?
Yeah.
Let's talk each other. If you have problems, let's make a solution for all these things. We need the communication. That's what we're trying to do, right?
Right.
So we set up a meet up point, and let's come everyone and let's grab a drink and we talk things out.
Yeah.
That's what we really need as a man right now.
I mean, the stigma surrounding this kind of thing is that people assume that you're just going to be emotional. You know, the key aspect of this thing is that being next to another man, just sharing space with another man or a group of men, it is an energetic kind of boost, a release.
Exactly.
To know that you can talk openly, you can speak about whatever you want, even if it's just football, you know, or you want to play pool, or you want to have a few beers, talk shit.
Play chess.
Yeah, play chess.
With some cigars.
Like, yeah, smoke cigars, have a barbecue, something like this. But for guys to kind of push each other to become better men, I think it's very important.
So, out of topic, like, what do you think about what is the trends that are coming up in UAE nowadays for like next 5 years? What are you expecting? Which kind of trends would be coming up?
I want to see more kind of development in the digital area.
Okay.
So, like, I want to see holograms, 3D holograms. I want to see kind of interactive digital appliances in bars and in lounges and in clubs. I want to see people being able to use AI.
That's really nice point because AI is taking over all the places now. I think this is the one of the things we are missing right now in our industry.
Yes.
Yeah,
I mean, it's everywhere. You
Yeah.
have AI, it's taking over everything. But if you can incorporate that into a bar, say for instance, you could have a table with a 3D projector in it, and you can just see the drink pop up in 3D. You know, you can have a bartender make the drink, and then there it is, it's popped up, and you can look at it, you know, the dimensions of it, and it creates this kind of drive inside you. I want to touch that. And then you order it. So again, it feeds the profitable side of food and beverage industry. It feeds entertainment for the guests, and it's also fucking cool.
Yeah, it's so cool. Right?
Yeah,
all these things I think need to come up. It's a really nice point you talk about. So, normally when you see your when you work, when you're off day, like when you're not working, what you like to do most?
I spend a lot of time reading.
Oh wow,
a hell of a lot of time.
Something missing in the 2024. I guess
Yeah.
no one is reading anymore. Everyone likes to watch the reels and in the all the time in the Instagram or on the social media. There's something missing that people are not really reading any.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I love my social media.
Yeah,
but of course, for me, reading is the cornerstone of my reality. You have to read. I especially like studying ancient cultures, kind of ancient people, the way people used to dress, and usually focused in hospitality as well. I like the old way of the way these cultures used to surround themselves with hospitality.
Okay.
I like to study these things, read these things, and try to implement them into my daily life. You know, because they all did quite well. They were a lot of these guys were 6'5", 7 foot, very muscular, very heavy set. And it was all down to hospitality and being able to communicate and talk to each other.
So cheers, Danny.
Cheers, bro.
So tell me a quote I live by. You live by like what is your motto in your life?
A quote I live by. So something that my father said to me.
Okay.
Everything has a price. And you're a lucky man if the price is only money.
Okay.
It means basically that things they tax you as a person, right? They take more from you than money. So if something costs you money, it's cheap, no matter how expensive it is financial wise. Because if you think love, it costs you heartbreak sometimes. Friendship, it costs you betrayal sometimes. these prices that we pay for things are often very high compared to something as simple as money.
Exactly. So I remember one of the quote, one of my monks say, like, some people are so poor they only have money.
Yes. Yeah.
That was something like
Yeah.
shoot me up in head, you know. Like some people have so much money. So some people are so poor that they only have is money.
Yeah. Some people are so poor all they have is money.
Exactly. Exactly. So tell me, Mr. Daniel, so how is your circle help, like in UAE example? How is your people? How is your circle helps you if you're going through something?
I mean, I have a good network across the world.
Okay.
In the UAE, especially, it's mainly people from the UK. I have a good bunch of friends from the USA, from
Okay.
Mexico. But we always tend to lift each other up. You know, if I need something, maybe they won't give me exactly what I asked for, but
Okay.
they will give me what I need in order to get what I ask. You know,
Okay.
kind of push me to succeed.
Okay, so sad to say, my community, I'm not specifying some country or something, but this is something, let's say, Asians missing right now.
It's a very sad state of affairs when people look at their own brothers as a source of revenue, almost as a cheap source of labor or something like this. The mentality around this whole situation needs to change because it's other people shouldn't be your source of profit, or if they are your source of profit, then it should be because you're feeding each other, not because you're feeding off them. And I've noticed a lot with some communities in Dubai. People kind of look at their own brothers, family even, as people who they can get away with treating less than favorably in pursuit of finance, money.
So what nowadays I'm experiencing is people will do anything for money, right? So as example, I'm giving example from I'm not saying specifically country, but all someone will do anything for money. Like they don't care about the your employees. Like I'm not talking about the bosses. I'm not talking about the restaurant managers or something like not related to the industry, but some of the I don't know how to even call to these men. Like they will their workers are like
Yes.
they're working more than 12, 13 hours per day, and you pay like $1,000, and you have like 13 days, 14 hours for work per day, and 1 day off, and the whole month just you get $1,000.
I mean, this is a form of voluntary slavery because the person's been tricked into doing it. And again, when you put that in the context of longevity and a venue and success, it doesn't work because you're draining a person of everything that makes them a human and then expecting them to be productive, profitable, energetic, and provide results, which is not possible. It's the main reason I started the men's circle, is to put into people in our industry this kind of fire, like I have some worth, you know, and I love my industry and demand it from them, you know, like this is what I'm worth, this is what I provide. There doesn't need to be pride involved in it or any kind of negative outwards kind of demanding, but it should be something that is inside people. Like I'm a human being. I have inherent worth. For me, it's a basic principle of life, and for my circle of people, it's a basic principle of life, which is you elevate the people around you because they will elevate you. It becomes a cycle of lifting people up, who then pull you up. They lift themselves up and then pull you up. It becomes a cycle where people climb to a height that is unbelievable. But a lot of people now, they're climbing and then they like the view of having people below them and they stay there. It causes a stalemate.
Exactly. This is something really sad to talk about. Just one word is. Like you, even the problem is these men who working for these people, they're still working for them.
Yeah.
The thing is maybe the competition, because of the competition, maybe that they are afraid to go for another job. They are working for like 12, 13 years for same guy who treat you like shit.
When this new kind of method of working gets implemented, it only needs to work in one place. Once it works, it will have knock-on effects and it will pick up everywhere. Once you realize that the mood and the general attitude of the workers is the most important thing in a venue, once that is realized and implemented as a strategy, the money will go through the roof because the people are having a good time, they're enjoying themselves, and that makes people spend more money. And they can tell that the staff are having a good time and they're enjoying themselves. I mean, we have a group. I know you're in it.
Yeah.
Bar Ninjas.
Bar Ninjas,
from
yeah.
Thailand.
The biggest bar community in U.A.E.
Yeah, amazing group. I mean, everybody in there. So they're all good people, And this is one of the things that gets or got spoken about recently is the staff matter a lot. They matter a lot. Right now, it's a forced industry. People are going out only because they've seen media and because they've been lured into a venue. Well, I wouldn't say that is the whole industry. It's a small part of the industry. But I want to see that change into people going out and enjoying themselves. Whereas right now, I believe people in hotels, tourists, even locals, people here that are working, they don't go out and drink or they don't go out and party. They don't go out and socialize because of this kind of attitude of a lot of the people in the venue. You have management who are kind of aggressive, and then you have upselling, which is it's become something very forced. You have people there trying to force you to buy something. So you might be able to encourage somebody to purchase something one night, but then they're going to feel pressured and they won't come back to the venue. It's a very basic psychological concept. But what you can do is raise the energy of the venue, which will then encourage people to keep coming back and spending more money. It's long-term thinking as opposed to short-term, give me your money, basically.
So, Mr. Daniel, it's almost the last question. Who has inspired you the most to the industry?
Definitely the old school guys, Harry Craddock, author of the Savoy. Um, there's a guy in Norway called Odd Strandbakken.
Okay.
Amazing bartender, does a lot for the industry. I'm very inspired by him. There's a group of guys in London called the Martini Mafia.
Okay.
They're a collective. They run most of the hotels around central London. Again, amazing show, flair, cocktails, everything perfect. Kevin Koss, obviously. And there's an Argentinian, he calls himself a functional flair bartender, Christian Delpeche.
Okay. I think I've seen the videos.
So he implements flair into service as opposed to a show. Again, this is for me, it's amazing the things that he does and the way that all of them guys together. I mean, but anybody who has a passion in the industry, it shines through them, and it inspires.
Exactly. The Kevin Cross, he was a nice guy. I saw him videos. Like now they are more focusing to the health side. That's really nice when you make a cocktail menu or something. Now the most like 70% the focus into its health now.
Yeah.
That's a really good, nice point in 2023. People are thinking about health. That's quite a nice point.
So
Yeah.
I've come up with a menu actually that is root extracts
Okay.
and all greens, a lot of green juices. It's a non-alcoholic menu.
Okay.
So we have like Siberian ginseng, we have soursop, burdock,
Wow.
dandelion root, dandelion flower, extracts and also infusions and things like this, focused on health, regeneration.
That's what we need right now. The people are not in shape anymore. Like before in 2000, back in 2000, I'm talking about like 18, 19, people are not in shape. But now, I don't know, maybe because of Andrew Tate and all the men are getting shape right now these days.
Yes, yeah. Mentally as well, and physically, it's a very important aspect. You know, because we in our industry we have a responsibility to our clients. Okay, we should provide everything that they want, but we should also give them options that reinvigorate them. You know, if they want to, like a mocktail menu, non-alcoholic, like the root extract menu that I've done. These things I feel they're very important because people they want to go out and drink now, but maybe they don't want to drink alcohol. It's become a social thing for people to go out and sit and enjoy a non-alcoholic cocktail. You know, like Liars, for instance, is this brand is picking up very fast, very hard, and very fast, and it's a non-alcoholic beverage. So these things, this is going to be another trend that we covered earlier. I think non-alcoholic cocktails.
Yeah. The Loris brand, they're doing a major part of the industry right now. They make non-alcoholic Negronis,
Yeah,
non-alcoholic old fashioned, like the things we don't even imagine, like back in 2020 or something.
yeah,
And now it's happening. It's really nice. People can enjoy. People can taste what is exactly Negroni tastes like. Those who don't drink Negroni, or those who don't drink alcohol.
I'm an old school bar guy.
Mhm.
So for me, the introduction of sugar into cocktails and things like this, now I would like to see that kind of dissipate, to slow down, and I want to see more creativity in the industry, focused on a full spectrum of menu options, non-alcoholic, alcoholic, mocktails, everything. I want to see everything available so people can enjoy themselves and make their own informed decisions.
Exactly. So thank you very much, Mr. Daniel, for your time. It's like I have a small time frame. I can time to end the podcast. Thank you so much for coming. Your time. Your time is really appreciated, bro.
My pleasure, man. Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys. See you soon with more videos and episodes. And until next time. Cheers.